Okay, welcome back, and thought I would show you this Hot Toys Alien Big Chap that I was delivered on Saturday, and today is Wednesday, and I am still in two minds whether I want to keep this figure or not. It's a figure that I've been after for many years. I've had the chance of owning it several times and never had enough money. Still ain't rolling in cash by any means at all. But I found myself in a position where I thought, fuck it, I'm going to get it. I won't tell you how much I paid for it because, these figures go for silly money. I mean, the 1/6 scale figures, some of the ones like this can go for 4, 5, 6, 7, silly money from Japan, and just people taking the piss basically with the money. But I'll give you a quick little look at it and give you my thoughts on it. I wanted to document it on the channel and show the condition that it arrived to me in. As you can see by the amount of dust, it's not a weathered look. That is from somebody smoking. And I've talked to the seller about it. He says he doesn't smoke, but a quick search on eBay shows that he picked the figure up in February, and whoever owned it before owned it for many years, kept it on a shelf and smoked heavily around it, as you can see from the amount of dust and grime. If it focuses on there you go, you can see all the nastiness, and hair, and yeah, it's quite gross. And the guy has sent him messages, and I felt like a right dick. End of the day, I should just send it back to him and let him deal with it. But I say, I've wanted this. You can see the bits of fluff and the scuffs, and it really makes me pissed off to think that somebody would send something out in this condition, because it's not the way I look after my stuff. Yes, my stuff gets dusty, everybody's stuff gets dusty, but this actually stunk of cigarette smoke. The box, the packaging, and if you look into the ribs, they're pretty clean. There's some hair and stuff there. I think there's even a bit of hair under the dome. I thought it was a crack at first, and I was like, oh shit. No, it's a scuff. So I'm kind of making this video, as I say, a before and after. I will keep it. I think the seller has offered me some money back on it, like 15 quid, but that's begrudgingly, and the messages I've got from him are just basically, it's a beautiful figure, send it back if you don't want it, it's cost me money, you got it for a good price, they're worth a lot more, and can't deal with this right now. Very blasé attitude. And I could leave him nasty feedback. I could get my money back on this if I was a prick. There's lots of different scams you can do on eBay, and I don't want to be that type of person. But at the same time, I can't really enjoy this figure in its current state. I say I'm not a snob. I used to be a smoker. I used to smoke around my figures until they were behind glass cabinets, but that's not the point. the figures still get dirty and dusty and stink. So I quit smoking many years ago, so it's not been a problem for me. And my figures, they've never got this bad and this neglected. But it is a problem, and I just wanted to make people aware of it. I might send this video to the seller, because he keeps sending me pictures saying, oh, it's a beautiful figure, and he keeps sending me pictures to kind of reassure me how good the figure is, and oh, we could sell it and blah blah blah. I just think, if you're going to sell something, clean it. I mean, the guy has literally bought it, flipped it, and he hasn't cleaned it properly. If he's cleaned it at all, which as you can see with the bits of hairs hanging off it, I don't think he has. I think he's literally repackaged it in the same packaging it come in, and just sent it off for whatever reason. Maybe he wanted to make a quick buck. Maybe it didn't fit in with his collection. Who knows? I ain't got a problem with people flipping figures, but if you're a collector, especially with something like this is unacceptable. It's stinking of smoke, covered in dust, and with it being like rubber, the arms are rubber, the ribs are rubber, the legs are rubber. Who knows what sort of effect that's going to have, nicotine and smoke. I mean, nicotine is a toxic substance. As an ex-smoker, it's quite nasty. I don't really want to smell it. I don't want to touch it. Every time I touch it, I want to wash my hands. Maybe that's my OCD kicking in. I don't know. I'm sure other people can relate, but as you just look at the base, you can see the amount of dust ingrained, and that's going to need a proper wash. I don't know how the best way to clean the rubber. Probably just use a soft brush and some anti-bac wipes, non-bleach, and hopefully it doesn't do any damage to the rubber. I've used them before on my other aliens, which are the same materials, so it should be okay. Hopefully I can get a little scuff off the dome. Sometimes it's better to leave these things alone, because you can make them worse if you start trying to buff it out or whatever. It's only a small thing, but it's one of those things, once you start going looking for problems, you start finding loads more, and it's avoidable. So if you look at the rubber hands, the bendy hands that come with it, you can see these are clean. Obviously these have not been used, they've been kept separately, and it's like chalk and cheese. Look, you know. I think this one was kept on display with the figure. Maybe it's been given a quick wet wipe, I don't know, but from checking out the pictures, just buyer beware. If you like your figures in pristine condition, I mean, this is a figure from 2009, so you're going to expect a bit of wear and tear, and I have seen figures, this figure in particular, a lot worse. The rubber goes along the elbows here. Sometimes it perishes depending on the climate it's kept in. Even the tail, you can see, is pretty gross, and that's a harder type rubber. That'd be easier to clean. I don't want to be that sort of person that's just like trying to get stuff for nothing or trying to scam people, but this is really not great. So it is a franchise I love, and I've got two of the blue Alien Warriors, which is, you know, a lot of people either say they're crap, which I can sort of agree with. I still love them, but the joints on them were terrible, and they are more like the Dark Horse aliens from the comics, with the shape of the head and stuff. But they're great figures. And the dog alien, again, It's got problems, but it's a great figure with this kind of translucent dome with the skull inside. Anyway, I've got to go. My battery's running out. Leave your thoughts in the comments. Appreciate any opinions, good or bad. And thanks a lot. Cheers.